What's up, guys? So today we're going to review this 2004 Honda Shadow VLX. It is a 583cc V-twin chain drive liquid cooled bike. They're one of the best platforms for a cafe racer or bobber build, in my opinion, just because they do use the monoshock rear suspension, so when you cut your frame it just looks super clean on the back side. And this is my buddy Charlie's bike. And then big thanks to my buddy Charlie. This video wouldn't have been possible without him and his motorcycle. If you guys are into video games, go check out his Twitch. Here's his username right here. He's one of the best gamers I know. Always something fun going on there. He's saving lives, building relationships, just truly forming a gaming community. All right, back to the action. He got this and built it about the same time that I did mine. And I had kind of done clip-on handlebars, kind of going for this low, mean look, and he went with the apes. So it was kind of cool that we had the same bike, but with opposite styles. So we're just going to kind of walk through all the parts that went into this, and just kind of do a little review here. So starting at the front, we did one of these halo projector headlights. And so these were two separate things between the bucket and the headlight. So he had got the 5.75 inch halo projector headlight and then just got a bucket for it that kind of had universal mounts just to go right on your forks. So just to give you guys a few details on those LED halo headlights, typically the way they work is it's an H4 plug that will just plug into your stock harness, and there's an extra wire and you can extend that and run it to your battery, put a switch somewhere in there, and then that is what powers your halo light. There is no ground wire needed because it runs off the ground that's in the H4 plug. What Charlie did for this bike that's a very good idea is he extended those H4 plugs, so he put spade connectors on the H4 coming from the headlight, extended that out so that he could plug in low beams, high beams, wherever he wanted to on that H4 plug. Well, he ended up running the low beam to his battery, and then that is on a switch, and his low beam for the motorcycle now is the halo headlight. So the halo is bright enough, you can use it as a daytime running light. It kind of takes away from that halo light when the low beam is on as well. It looks very clean just to have the halo on for the low beam, and it is bright enough. So props to Charlie for thinking of that. It does look really slick. So back to the video. When I had done the clip-on handlebars on mine, I just did a 39mm clip-on bar that went on to a 1-inch handlebar because the controls, the stock handlebars are 1 inch. You can switch out and do whatever handlebars you'd like as long as they're a 1-inch handlebar. So he went with the 10-inch apes up here, and 10 inches is as tall as you can go from what I've heard. So as far as like your stock cables and stock electronic wires and things like that, obviously longer cables aren't very expensive, you know, if you wanted to do 14-inch apes or anything like that. But these are just a 10-inch ape, and they look really good on this bike just with the sharp angles that they have. Just used the stock risers on it there. So, I mean, the stock risers would work for any 1-inch handlebars, so you can kind of just pick your style, whatever you want. And for everybody who's curious about those motorcycle grips, it's just a universal 1-inch motorcycle grip. It is made for a throttle that operates off 2 cables, but I've used them on bikes that just have 1 cable before. It will still work just fine. So they sell those in non-spiked versions, chrome, there's a few different finishes and options, even one with throttle rockers, cramp busters as well. And then down on the bike here, so this isn't going to be the DLX, the chrome model. This is just the original model. So in light of that, he wanted to do this air cover black because he thought that that would look better with the bike than kind of this semi-polished chrome. And it definitely does. It kind of helps to give the bike this murdered out look, since it was black from the factory, to have the black headlight, the black airbox cover. He did black on the speedometer as well. So nice little touches that really just pull the whole bike together here. As far as the exhaust, you know, mine was the same way on this, that we just cut the stock mufflers. So on the rear one, the heat shield on it only goes around it about halfway. On the front one, the heat shield goes around it 360 degrees. So just something that's a little bit different, muffler to muffler, but you can just make your cuts right here. And this bike sounds so good with just straight pipes, straight headers. It's very surprising. So just very simple work to do on the exhaust if you want to go that route. As far as the seat, you know, when it's just cut off right here, these universal bobber seats seem to work really good on these bikes. And this specific model is extremely easy because the bolt that holds the gas tank down, the stock bolt, you can just use to hold down your bobber seat plate up there. It's just very easy. He kind of went with a checkered style seat, so that's kind of a nice touch. I've always just done the smooth ones, but it's kind of cool to see something different. It just has the 2 springs in the back. Obviously, I've seen a million different types of springs for these, but these are just the standard kind of coil springs. As far as rear tail lights, it's the strip lights, baby. We love these. They're cheap, they work perfect, they look good. I've used these on 90% of bikes and I recommend them to everyone. So when those are both on, it just gives the bike a really cool look from the rear, having those 2 strips lit up, and then that's your running light, brake light, everything like that. Just a little side mount license plate holder there that just goes on the swing arm bolt. You know, you can find these really cheap, anywhere from $10 to $20. So that's just kind of an easy, slick looking option there. Oh, blacked out this little cover here, kind of over the choke and then the idle adjustment as well. Just one more black touch because that was a chrome polish from the factory, I believe. But so yeah, guys, not too much goes into these bikes just to completely transform them and give them a whole new look. I mean, we're looking at about $300 worth of parts, you know, on the upper end here. So depending what you find your initial bike for, you can really build something up cool for not a ton of bucks. And then, like I said before, I do love this platform for just a motorcycle and then a bobber build in general, because it is this V-twin. You get good amounts of torque from this specific V-twin. I don't know why. And then it does just have, well, not going to be able to show you it very well, but it just has a single carburetor that is going to power both cylinders. So there's no sinking carbs, there's no balancing carbs. It's just make sure that carb is clean and ready to go, and your bike will always run exactly how it needs to. So 2004 Honda Shadow VLX bobber build. Woo. So that should wrap up the video, guys. Definitely give me all of your comments, concerns, questions. I'd love to hear them all. Definitely go check out my buddy Charlie for all of your gaming entertainment needs.
He's kind of a big deal.
Like the video if it helped you out. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, have a great night, guys.